Hello, welcome back. Today I just got home from dance class and I had an epiphany on my way home, so I really wanted to share with you because it was so good. This was my second time going to dance class. It was a location that I'm not really familiar with. So on my way home today, I was getting ready to go on the freeway and I was like, okay, yes, like this is the ramp I need to make sure I get on in order to get home. And as I'm getting on, I'm like, okay, I'm going, and then I look and I'm like, oh no, it's taking me east, but I need to go west in order to go home. And I started panicking because, like, oh my gosh, like, should I like change last minute to go west? And I was like, no, it's gonna be too hard. So I just went east, and it was like East Spokane. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna end up in Spokane. But once I went on that ramp, I was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen, right? Like, I just have to keep driving until there's the next exit and I can take it and then figure out a way to turn back and get back on the freeway and go west. And I was just like doing that, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like that is basically like life. Because I know with driving, like when I'm going to a destination, my goal is to get to that destination as straightforward as possible. And that's how I have often approached life too, especially in college and post-college and adulthood. For a long time, I really wanted to go through life as straightforward as possible. Make the right turns and hope that this turn leads to the next, which then conveniently leads to the next one, and I end up at that destination that I've always meant to be at, you know? And that's just often not how life has panned out. And it's been a journey to really just embrace the different turns in life. I realized that the more we kind of come to accept these turns that we thought were wrong or a mistake or that we regret, the more the drive becomes a lot more pleasant. And I know that especially when I was younger, when I took these wrong turns or took the wrong ramp and ended up somewhere random, I would get so upset at myself because it's just like, why would you do that? And now you have to spend another 5-10 minutes trying to figure your way out and back onto the road and back to the right way, right? And I would just get so uptight and upset, and it would make the entire drive just so much more horrible than it needed to be. Whereas now I kind of just, I accept it. At first I like panic like crazy, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's not that bad. Like, I will just go this wrong direction for a while, and then I'll figure my way back onto the right road. And you know, the more that I've really let loose and kind of just surrendered to the flow of these drives, the more that I actually grew surprised at some of the good things that would come out of it. Or I would just learn the lesson to not take that wrong ramp again. Like tonight, I took that first ramp that led to the wrong freeway, so now I will know never to take that first ramp. It's the second ramp. And I wouldn't have known really unless I made that mistake. And that's so much like life. Sometimes we take a turn that we're so disappointed by, or we thought, oh, that's such a waste of time, such a waste of this energy and life that I have. But then you look back and you're like, oh, that taught me a lot about myself, or that taught me a lot about what I like and don't like. That really taught me not to make that choice again, you know? Like, how do we know that wasn't a good choice unless we made it and then realized we didn't like that choice? So yeah, just like learning to kind of surrender to that flow a little more and give ourselves a lot more compassion and grace when it comes to quote unquote like making mistakes or wrong turns in life. And yeah, I just wanted to share that epiphany tonight because it was so eye-opening to see how much life resembles a windy route filled with different turns and sometimes wrong turns that you might make. And yeah, if you're listening to this, I hope that it brings some sort of comfort to you, knowing that it's so normal for us to take turns that we didn't mean to, or that we then later realize was wrong or wasn't the right fit for us. Like maybe you really thought you wanted a certain career for a long time and you worked towards that, and you kept working towards it, and now you have it, or maybe you're really close to it, and then all of a sudden you realize like, I don't know if I like that anymore, right? And maybe you feel pressure to stay because that's been your thing for so long, right? Like, how do you now go a completely different direction? Or maybe you grew up super religious and suddenly you're in a season of life where you're questioning a lot of things or not so sure about certain communities you've been in or things like that. Or maybe you've been thinking about your friendships and relationships and, you know, what you once wanted and maybe what you're now looking for as an older person. It could be like honestly anything. I think we make so many decisions in life. It's totally okay to like go this way and be like, ooh, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go this way. Oh my gosh, what? That was such a waste of time. Let's go this way. And yeah, that's life. And the more we embrace it, the more we can actually enjoy it and just have fun with the different changing seasons and the lessons that we learn along the way. I hope you enjoyed tonight's little sharing. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel a lot. And if you share a comment, it could be as short or as long as you want, it just helps me to kind of see how you're engaging with my videos. But yeah, okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.